Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world or whatever time you'll be watching this video. So, guys, I'm on my way to work and I just wanted to um, ask your guys' thoughts on something. So, of course, you guys know that Jamaica just went through Hurricane Melissa at a Category 5, right? So, Melissa was the most devastating hurricane that Jamaica has ever encountered, right? And I believe the strongest in our region. Now, after Hurricane Melissa passed, you have, this resurgence of so called prophets and prophetesses on social media who say that, oh, they envisioned it and they did say Jamaica was, you know, going to have a big storm and a devastating storm and yada, yada, yada. Now, I can come out and say, well, within the next 10 years, there is going to be lots of devastation somewhere. There's going to be, for a general region, I can say there's going to be a strong earthquake or there's going to be a devastating hurricane. I don't have any foresight. It's just if you live in the Caribbean, every year there's a hurricane season, and there's a 90% chance that you're going to get a hurricane, and a strong one. Now, after the hurricane, there are little signs. Of course, the ecosystem has been disturbed, and you know everything bad that is happening. Um, the Ministry of Health put out the other day that there is um, a lot of leptospirosis cases, right? And you know everyone starts freaking out that, oh, leptospirosis, what is this? And Jamaica is salt, and with everything that is happening, the hurricane, the reggae boys not advancing to the World Cup, Miss Jamaica falling off the stage, unfortunately, at the pageant. I hope she gets better soon. Now, this weekend, Usain Bolt tracks and records um, restaurant in Montego Bay caught fire. Then in Westmoreland over the weekend, I believe, or late last week, there was a huge fire. Of course, some people were saying that the fire came out of nowhere, but then when you hear from the shout that they know the source of it. I don't remember what the source was, but the source was known. But what I want to know, oh, yes. And then now there is, I don't remember if it's in Westmoreland or up in Content, Manchester, where there is a swarm of tadpoles in freshwater in one of the, and for lack of a better word, I'm going to say newly built rivers. Because since Hurricane Melissa, there are so many new rivers that have popped up in Jamaica. Now, I want to know, why is it that everyone, and especially Christians, are so freaked out about what is happening? I would think that Christians are so much closer to God that even if it's a sign of the times, even if it's their time coming soon, why is it that so many Christians are basically scared of what is happening? I think out of everyone, Christians should have their lives, are living their lives and say they're closer to God. So if whatever is happening means that the Lord is coming, they should welcome it and not be so scared. I see so many Christians on social media, everything that is happening. Oh, it's the end of the world. This was stated in the Bible, and it's a sign of the times, and this and that, and yada yada yada. Ever since I was born in the 1970s, right? The Lord has been coming. The Lord has been, so it was riveted in my mind so much that when I was, contemplating how my life was going to be, I didn't look past the year 2000, because according to the Christians in Jamaica, the Lord was going to, the rapture was going to happen in the year 2000, right? So I didn't look beyond my age, beyond that, because I'm like, okay, that will be the end of the world, so there's no reason to look beyond that, because gotta come. Now, every time there is a natural disasters happens, guys. Not every natural disaster means that the Lord is coming. In the 2000, the tsunami in Thailand, everybody thought that the Lord was coming then, right? Honestly, guys, for the year 2000, I didn't own a computer until after 2000, because I was caught up in the fact that the world was going to end in well, or maybe not necessarily end, but there was something big that's going to happen in the year 2000. So, I was living in Jamaica at the time, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna buy a computer, because of course, computers were expensive those days. And I'm like, I'm not gonna buy a computer now, and the world is going to, something is going to happen. The Y2K and whatever computers are before 2000 are going to be null and void or obsolete or whatever. So it wasn't until after 2000 when I saw that, okay, the world didn't crash, technology didn't crash, everything is just going on as normal. So that's when I bought a computer. But every natural disaster in Gilbert, it was a sign of the times. The Lord is coming. Now, so many people, because every jackman has one or two cell phones these days, and because especially TikTok is so accessible, everybody can just go on TikTok and post a video, whether it's tripe or fact, right? And so everything that is happening, everyone is posting on their videos on TikTok, and giving all sorts of dialogue among around whatever it is that they're posting, right? So with all these tadpoles now, of course, it was in the Bible, and that's a sign of the plague. And then we have leptospirosis, a sign of the plague. And then you have swarms of mosquitoes, it's a sign of the plague. And and we have the strong hurricane. Well, apart from those who say that it was man-made and that is Andrew Holness, created the hurricane. Then you have those others that are saying, well, it's a strong hurricane, it's the strongest ever, it's a sign of the times, God is coming, and they're not looking at the fact that, science has predicted, that it's global warming. So the warmer the earth becomes, the atmosphere in the earth becomes, the more devastating and more catastrophic some of the natural disasters will be. You know, it not really take much, for just, check certain things. Because according to the Bible, the Lord is going to come like a thief in the night. Nobody knows the time, nobody knows the day, right? So all these prophets and prophetesses who keep saying that them get vision, and everybody I see on social media, they only get vision for popular people. I don't hear a soul get a vision for me. Although I don't want none of them vision, because all of these visions are all bad luck. Not one person I hear come out with a vision and say, you're going to get a breakthrough, or your family is going to get a breakthrough, and something good is going to come out of whatever situation. You may be going through tough time now, but something good is going to come. No, everybody I hear that come out with vision is always doom and gloom. Something bad is going to happen, and this is going to be taken away, and you're going to suffer, and yada yada yada. I don't know how come the visions that they get are always bad visions. But anyway, there for another time. But come on, guys. As Christians, I think when we see the signs, what we call the signs of the times, embrace it, because you know that you are living your life the way that the Lord has intended. So instead of, jumping around and being all hot and bothered and squealing and, crying, that is the sign of the times, and the Bible says this and the Bible says that. Make sure that your life is, right with God. And then if you can try and bring some souls into the kingdom of heaven, impart, the knowledge and the wisdom to try and get persons to turn their lives around before the time is nigh. But I see too many Christians are freaking out, man. Too many Christians are freaking out when they're the least who should be worried about the rapture, because they should be confident that if indeed it is the rapture, they know that their souls will be going to heaven. Let me know what you think in the comments. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel.